What's up, apes? So, today I am gonna start a series called Bands I Love. So, I'm doing two today, but relatively, for the most part, it's gonna be one. But today I'm doing two because this is really where I would say I got my start with rock and metal was these two bands. And it's because I want to talk more music stuff. So, I'm gonna start kind of sprinkling that in later this week, probably Wednesday. I'm gonna do Alice in Chains, so that'll be the other band. But today, and then also later, I'm gonna rank the Alien films. Um, but in this video, we're gonna talk about Guns and Roses and ACDC, two bands that I would really say are what got me into metal and rock. Like listening to Guns N' Roses and ACDC the first time. The first ACDC song I listened to was Back in Black. And I remember because this was this would be 2007. And I remember like just YouTube videos would always. Because this is actually still when I actually gave a fuck about Star Wars still. And like on YouTube, they would always have like basically like compilations from Vader, and they would play Back in Black over it, and it fits. And that's the song that got me into ACDC, and Paradise City is what got me into Guns. And just my mom had the basically the it's called I forgot what it was called, but it was like the best of albums where it had like all their big songs. And I remember just listening to that all the time, every song, Civil War, even Patience. My just Guns N' Roses, like Axl's voice and Slash's guitar just did it for me. And I understand some people consider them heavily overrated, but for me, they just really were got me. I mean, I had listened to Welcome to the Jungle before, but I had not known who the band was, and just getting into them and just listening to. I listened to a lot of their stuff. I even went back and listened to like that the albums. Don't Use Your Illusion. I listened to obviously Appetite, which is like their biggest one. I listened to Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, both great. They listen to their song "You Could Be Mine" was kind of cool, especially because I had seen Terminator 2 so many times. Just I got really into them, and like every time, like especially whenever I got like either a new iPod, a new like whatever device to listen to music, maybe like the first thing I download. Going to ACDC was after listening to Back in Black, I bought the Back in Black album, and I listened to the other songs, and I even went back to the Bon Scott era and listened to some stuff, and Highway to Hell is one of my favorite songs, and TNT's great, Thunderstruck. Um, WrestleMania 25, they had a Shoot to Throw, which was another good song. Like Angus Young's voice and both Bonds got both. I think both are fucking phenomenal. And just buying that Back in Black album was awesome. And I was 12 years old when I had that album, um, and it was just I would jam to that shit. Same thing with that Guns N' Roses. So that's the reason I'm doing both is because both of these bands I listened to practically at the same time, and then they were my gateway to other bands. That's how I came to find like hair metal was. I know some people don't like to consider Guns N' Roses hair metal, but Guns N' Roses is what got me into that, and ACDC was just got me into harder stuff. I went to find and I found Black Sabbath, then etc. So whatever you think of Axl Rose in like in his personal life, because like let's be real, probably a lot of these people are probably shitty in real life, but whatever you feel about him, Axl Rose, especially in the studio, his voice was so good. It was like mesmerizing almost. And I think the song that really I think he was allowed to go hard on was November Rain. That song was, and that's like that song's like a whole journey because that's like an 8 minute. almost 9-minute song, and it was just phenomenal. And obviously Slash's guitar. You know, you had Duff McKagan. Like, there's all like these great bands, and unfortunately they broke up. But yeah, they got back together, which is kind of cool. It was kind of nice when I heard that. Yeah, it was not everybody came back, but Axel and Slash to me are like the major ones. And AC/DC was a band like they were together for fucking ever. Like they were one of the few bands that I don't think really broke up. Like I think maybe there was a period maybe they stopped doing music, but they weren't like they didn't have a falling out or anything like that. Like they relatively kept the same members, so that's crazy, you know. And just like I said, Back in Black is one of my favorite songs. I understand it's some people say it can get overplayed, but that's my song. I don't care how overplayed it is. I wouldn't be a rock and metal fan if I didn't listen to that song, honestly. And I think it's still a badass song. So this video was probably not gonna be too long. Like these videos are just gonna be me talking about why I love these bands and what they mean to me. Like Guns N' Roses and AC/DC I will always hold dear because they're what got me into rock and metal and explore other bands, and also they're great bands themselves. You know, they're both bands I wish I could see live. You know, it's unfortunate, but I just gotta end it with this. Guns N' Roses, AC/DC Forever. One of my favorite bands of all time. Later this week, we're going to be doing Alice in Chains, which is going to be awesome. I will do Nirvana, too. I probably should do Nirvana first, because they're what got me into Alice, but the reason Alice in Chains is that good to me. I will do Nirvana, though. I will for sure do Nirvana at some point. For sure, I will probably definitely do Metallica, because they're another big one. Pantera. I'm probably going to just do a lot of bands coming. And it's not going to all be like... you're gonna have some hair metal, you're gonna have some new metal, because I might do Limp Bizkit just to say fuck it. Definitely gonna do Seven Dust. So like you're gonna get different types of rock. It's not gonna just be hard rock or classic rock or alternative. It's gonna kind of switch. And I'll try to do like at least 1 or 2 a week. I want to try to get at least 1 or 2 a week done. So I can just, you know, I really want to talk more. I've kind of been wanting to talk more music for a minute. It's just, well, the Snyder Cut stuff got in the way, and just a lot of other, you know, topics kind of got in the way within the last few months. But yeah, I'm definitely going to start talking more music stuff. Later, I'm going to review. That was probably a firework. Sorry about that. I'm going to rank the Alien movies, because since we just finished the Alien films. So, alright. But yeah, I'm going to end this video, and cheers. But, you know... But yeah, fuck Warner Brothers. Fucking. I don't even remember his name because he's not irrelevant. But Freddie Bitch Jr. Fuck him. Fuck Disney. I'll talk to you guys later for my Alien franchise review. Peace.